of Dark Waters, and I'm back. I'm gonna do a little quick live stream because I was out here just getting my smoke down. Man, I didn't get a chance to cover Matt Gaetz yesterday, stepping down. And so I saw the news on Matt Gaetz stepping down. I didn't get a chance to go into any more of it until later that evening. And I was like, damn. So Matt Gaetz stepped down, and then 4 hours later, Donald Trump appointed it Pam Bondi. And I was like, okay, let me go look at this Pam Bondi bro. And she a dog. She a full-on dog. I'm like, hold on. I think he played these folk. I really think he played these people, man. Nah, at this point in time, I think people don't put it together that, excuse me, that put Matt Gaetz in there and drawing all that fire and having everybody go crazy. Matt Gaetz, he left him there long enough for them to lose their damn mind over Matt Gaetz. And you know the media is in a delicate place right now. Morning Joe and Mika and Joe, they got screwed. Their whole constituents. Let me slow down. That's a squirrel on the side of the building. Go ahead, squirrel. You a bad man, Let me slow down. Let me stick to Matt Gaetz. So, Matt Gaetz goes. The media goes crazy. More importantly, the Republican Party goes crazy because now, guys, for the most part, the Democrat Party has been defeated. They're eating their own. Now, the MAGA Republicans and the Neocon Republicans got to battle it out. And I said this before, that this was going to happen, right? There needed to be a civil war. So the first shot of the Civil War was actually Matt Gaetz. And so they decided to oppose Donald Trump on Matt Gaetz. And so all of them came out, flags in hand, anti-Trumpers. We don't want Matt Gaetz. We're going to release this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. All these different things they did. And they exposed their hand early, which to me is really dumb. Like, you became opposition immediately. Like, if I'd have been a leader of the neocons, I'd have said, man, stop opposing this man right now. But we need to oppose him now because all you're going to do is get exploited and exposed. So they all come out in opposition to him. Matt Gaetz steps down. Here comes Pam Bondi. You know what I'm saying? And so now we know who's on his side and who's not on his side. And if you don't think for 1 minute that all of y'all who expose yourselves ain't going to get hit, you crazy. I mean, you're absolutely insane. He's going to punish every last one of y'all in some way, shape, or form. So to me, and he's always been a phenomenal 3D chess player, but that wasn't really a 3D chess move. That was a regular little chess move. But to me, it's just dumb. So now everybody's seen who's in opposition to Donald Trump. And the most important thing is that these elected officials who decided they was going to oppose his appointments, they just saw the mandate that he was given by the American people. You got to run for office in 2 years. To think for at any moment in time that after the Ukraine war is solved, which I believe is going to be solved, after the economy crashes and comes back, that when it's time for those people to run for election, you don't think he's going to slit your throat when it's election season, you crazy. You know what I'm saying? You crazy. He going to slit your throat and get you removed. It's crazy. I'm telling you, the Republican Party, the neocon wing of the Republican Party, which is the right wing of the bird, is just as wicked as the blue wing of the bird. You know what I'm saying? As the left wing of the bird. They're just as wicked. They're just as compromised. And they just as caught up in all the devious foolishness and nonsense as the other side. They just got cover underneath the umbrella of the MAGA movement. And they just exposed themselves, which was dumb. You guys hit the like button? All right. And so then we see this. We see Mika and Joe, and I'm pretty sure I did a video on this. Mika and Joe go to meet with Trump, and they apologize to Trump. It's clear that they apologize to him. Point blank, period. They come back, and then they get destroyed by their own people. You know what I'm saying? They get destroyed by their own people, which is wild because they created the climate for this destruction. You know what I'm saying? They literally created a climate for this destruction. You went out and said that this man was Nazi. You went out and said that he was having Hitler rally. You went out and said all these different things, a misogynist, or this, or this, or this. And you walked it so far down the line that you can't walk it back. And so that same crazy army of liberals, and understand, the liberal-minded people are very, very entitled. You know what I'm saying? They're the kind of people that'll walk into your house and tell you how they feel. You can't have an opinion. None of the rest of that foolishness, right? So now, these exact same people that you revved up like a car engine, now those same people are eating you alive. Point blank, period. And Mika and Joy in a bad spot. Then you get hit with the news that MSNBC may be going out of business because the larger brand, Comcast, says, now we're not going to be in the news business. And I don't believe Comcast is not going to be in the news business because it makes no sense. They just need to dump those assets that's weighing heavily on them. Not being in the news business is dumb at this point in time. This is going to be the greatest news cycle ever. It's just that they have the weight of MSNBC and that whole entire staff of MSNBC on their shoulders. When you look at what they own Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi ain't no threat. They own Squawk Box, which is CNBC, which is the news. I mean, the financial news. That is not a problem. It's MSNBC. It's the liberal wing of their media arm. That's a problem. Point blank, period. Now, to solve the problem, they're saying they're going to dump everybody and let them stand on their own. MSNBC is going to crash. If I'm not mistaken, Rachel Maddow is now taking a pay cut. I think I saw that this morning because there's no value brought to the table. The only thing they're good at is being propagandists, and their propaganda sucks. Because if their propaganda worked, then guess what? Donald Trump wouldn't have won. So now we find ourselves in a situation where their propaganda doesn't even work. You know what I'm saying? Propaganda don't work. So I think, and I understand that the mainstream media is getting ready to go through the greatest devastation and destruction you've ever seen. Another thing, have you guys noticed that Sunny hosting on The View has been getting targeted? And I think that's the best thing that could have happened to The View. For her to have to retract statements that she made is phenomenal. And for her to have to retract things live on air, it's kind of like just putting somebody in check. You know how you play a chess game and you have the king fleeing and you make a move, check. And then he moves and he hides, check. And he moves and he hides, check. That's how you have to walk it down on these people. She's being humiliated live on air. I only had a chance to see the pictures of her face as she read these retractions or these apologies. I haven't listened to the apology yet because I wanted to make sure I had an opportunity to view it and comment on it. But the look on her face is the look of a woman who's being humbled. The next person that needs to be humbled is Whoopi Goldberg. But it's smart, out of all the people to pick, you get Sunny hosting. Checker, boom. It sends shockwaves through the rest of them. She say something again? Boom, checker. Shockwaves through the rest of them. And now they got to think about what they're saying. They can't just come out and just spew hate and lies because now, okay, there's a consequence for my action. Let me think about what I'm saying. There might be a consequence for this. And you start to see them taper back that foolishness a little bit and bring it down because there's consequences. Guys, 206 and 80 likes. That's crazy. Y'all wilding. Unless the chat is frozen. Let me see. The chat look like it's frozen. Let me hit that like button myself and see if that's going to work. Well, don't matter. We get all our likes when we get off the live stream anyway. So that's where it needs to be. They need to be getting checked. And they should have been getting checked like this all the way through. You don't get on air and call somebody a Nazi, to call them a misogynist, to call them a misogynist, a racist, and all the rest of this stuff. And there's no checks and balances for it. Okay, it's working. So we got 103. Good. Thanks, guys. And there's no checks and balances for the behavior. Literally, there's no checks and balances for the behavior whatsoever. And so now we see where the checks and balances are coming in. And this is the thing about the liberal media. They're cry bullies. They literally are cry bullies. You guys remember when we was a kid, somebody would try and bully you, and you bust them in the nose, and then they'll run to the office and cry, he hit me in the nose. But the whole time you were sitting in your chair or at your desk, and they poking you in the back with a pencil, stabbing you. But when you bust them in the face, they go cry to the teacher. They cry bullies. I mean, that's the epitome of the liberal mindset is you go do some dumb shit, then when you pay the consequence, you won't cry about it. You have the option not to do the dumb foolishness in the first place. And that's the problem with this media. It's a generation of people who are cry bullies. Same thing with Whoopi, right? Whoopi comes out, goes on her birthday, gets these cupcakes and says that this bakery was racist. She didn't say they were racist, that they didn't want to bake her stuff because of her politics. And then they come out marching out to take advantage of it, by the way. This was genius. Whoopi, you decided you're going to mention us, but not mention us. We come out and we capture that moment where you attack us and we counterattack. They have money flooding in from all over the place because people don't like you, Whoopi. And then Whoopi plays cry bully. It's the same thing with everybody in that media. They're all cry bullies. And to me, it's the most disgusting thing that I've ever seen. If you're going to go out and attack people, if you're going to go out and say stuff about people in the media, then, man, deal with the consequences of it. And when the consequences come back, don't sit there and act like, oh, my God, Trump is suing us. Well, what did you expect? Did you expect to be able to sit there and just lie and defame his character and slander that man's name without him coming back and hitting you in any way, shape, or form? Oh, they expected just to get away with acting a damn fool. And mind you, these are the same people who tell us, oh, we should support Zelensky. We should support World War III. The same people that tell us that Putin is evil. These are the same people. They can't deal with the consequences of words, guys. More so the consequences of a hypersonic missile flying over America and blowing up an EMP. And then all the power going out, all the lights going out. Now, that brings me into this World War III thing. Putin done warned everybody, and he gave a demonstration of force that, hey, bro, listen, I got the goods. I got everything I need to punish y'all. I watched Putin's whole speech last night because I wanted to go watch the whole thing. And something stood out to me, and I want to see if it stood out to you. Putin was not referring to the Ukraine at all. He didn't refer to Zelensky. He acted as if Zelensky did not exist in his speech. He said the U.S. and the United Nations. The U.S., and then he switched from the United Nations to the U.S. as his speech progressed. He talked about the missile, how it couldn't be stopped, how it couldn't be this, and then he starts talking about the U.S. When you hear a man single out the army, the people behind the proxy, it means that he's tired of dealing with the proxy. He don't want to deal with the proxy. He's going to deal with the source of the problem. He's going to get to the root of the problem. And so I want to make sure everybody understands, he's talking about hitting the United States of America. Period. He ain't talking about hitting Ukraine. Yesterday, I thought he was talking about that because I didn't get the whole speech. As I sat there and listened to the whole speech, I said, hold on, this man ain't talking about hitting Ukraine. This man talking about hitting the United States of America with a nuke. And saying that you can't stop me from nuking you. Just so you understand. And I don't think people get this. Go back and listen to it yourself and see what you get out of it. He refers to the U.S. The U.S. The U.S. The U.S. He ain't saying that about Ukraine. The U.S. And I'm sitting there saying, damn. And so I rewinded, because I always pay attention to body language, eyes, lips, nose. So let me see if there's any signs that this man is bluffing. So rewind, and I slow it down. I'm watching, and I'm looking for any deviation in his facial expression. And his facial expression is cold and dead. Bloom. His hands are crossed over. He's relaxed. His shoulders are relaxed. There's not an ounce of bravado in anything he's saying. There's 1,000% confidence in his body language and in his voice. And I said, oh, shit. All hell. That's a man who's already made up his mind what he's going to do. That's not a man who's thinking about what he's going to do. That's a man who's already made up his mind what he's going to do. They shoot another missile, which I hadn't checked to see. They shoot some more missiles. He's going to blow some shit up. He already made up his mind. It's not like he's debating it. Everybody done made up their mind. They're settled into what they're going to do, that course of action they're going to take, and it's going to be a problem. I mean, it's going to be a problem. So I'm hoping that after showing his force to Zelensky and showing his force really to the United States and to the United Nations via hitting Zelensky, that they all sitting there saying, all right, we need to calm our ass down. Because quite frankly, you need to calm down. Y'all wilding. Y'all need to calm down all the way down. You know what I'm saying? Because Putin ain't playing with none of y'all. He ain't playing with nobody, man. Not one person is Putin playing with. And I think people are under the impression that this war will be, draft people we go fight with on the ground. No. What it'll be is this. He said it. I'm going to give you warning to a city, and I'm going to nuke it. And that's going to be that. And the problem is, after that happens, if they have the ability, and you need to understand this, if they have the ability to shoot a missile that America can't stop, unless we got something super duper crazy, that means they have an ability to stop everything we shoot. You see what I'm saying? If their rockets are fast enough to where you can't stop them, that means their rockets are fast enough to intercept your rockets. Now, of course, should it blow up in the atmosphere, the world will go into darkness, but they're still going to be alive. They're going to take casualties, yes, but they'll still be around. On our case, man, we're going to have destruction and mayhem on our hands. Unlike anything you've ever seen. Factor in the fact that America's going full libtard and the holy society is wholly went liberal, and you give them 30 days without food, they're going to be killing and eating each other like something from King Jehoram in the Bible, where the women were killing their kids and eating them. I mean, that's where we'll be. I mean, that's exactly where we'll be. It'll be, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the dog, eat the cat. Eat the cat, eat the cat. That's what'll be happening in America right now. Everybody be Haitian in America if we ain't careful. So, bro, all I can tell you is this. These people need to calm down. Calm all the way the hell down. And I reached out to a few of my contacts just to see where they stand on it. One of them hadn't called me back. And I know he's not going to call me back no time soon because he kind of pissed with me because he was real heavy in the Kamala campaign out of Washington, D.C. And they, quite frankly, they still upset with the fact that they lost. But I want to hear what the hell he got to say about World War III. So I'm going to keep calling him. Because I want to see what he says. If he says, Jay, if he says something like, Jay, we're not worried about Russia using their missiles, then I'm like, all right, dog, that means you ain't paying no attention to nothing. You listening to them crazy generals. But if he says, nah, bro, it might pop off, then yeah, we got a problem on our hands. Now, if Donald J. Trump and Elon Musk are able to negotiate with Putin to keep him from blowing our socks off, Trump would have saved all the people that hated him. All the people that voted against him, all the people that called him a Nazi, a fascist, a racist, a misogynist, a missager, a rubber, a diddler, all those people he would have saved. Will he get credit for it? No. And I want to address one more thing. I don't know where this line comes from that people use against Trump supporters. They'll say people treat Donald Trump like he's their savior. And it's, as majority of the Donald Trump supporters are hardcore conservative, Christian conservatives, it's like one of the most insulting things on the planet. No, Trump is our president. Christ is our savior. Point blank, period. Y'all be getting it confused. And it's kind of like the dumbest attack line ever. I saw it in the comments. Y'all act like Donald Trump is y'all savior. No. He's the president. Christ is the savior. He wasn't on the ballot. I told y'all that. Jesus was on the ballot. People voted for Jesus. Nah, he won, but it was Jesus on that ballot. Because it was Jesus versus abortion. Jesus versus child trafficking. Jesus versus war. Peace versus war. It was Jesus on the ballot. And that's why everybody cut their hair off and had a liberal meltdown and all the craziness, because it was a spiritual vote. It wasn't no secular worldly vote. That was the biggest spiritual battle that America has been in since the founding of America. And it's just sad that people are blinded and they can't see it. And they can't see what side of the fence they're on, what they sided with. It's terrible, man. I hate that for people, but I mean, what the hell are you going to do? I mean, what can you do other than, pray that their eyes be open and that life turns out better for them. That's all you can do for those people, man. That's all you can do. Now, as we go into, I'm going to tell you something else that's interesting. You notice the media has been under such an assault. We're going into Thanksgiving soon. They abandoned the narrative of, if your family was a Trump supporter, you shouldn't have dinner. They shouldn't be at family dinner with you, and blah blah blah. And you notice they got rid of that whole talking point narrative because they're under assault. This is the first time the liberal media has truly been under assault. I mean, headlong in pursuit. Now, the very first time Trump won, they took a ratings hit and everything dropped. And you would think that they learned the lesson the first time, because they had high ratings up to the election. When Donald Trump won, their ratings tanked completely because there was no need to people to watch them because they were proven wrong. And then they took 4 years 4 years through Joe Biden 2020, and they build their ratings up. Attack, Trump hate, Trump derangement, Trump hate, Trump derangement. Joy Reid screaming and hollering like a bald-headed monkey. Whoopi Goldberg, Sealy going crazy. Sonny Hostin going crazy. Joe Behar looking like the witch from the movie that she played in. Going crazy. We're going to win. He can't win. We're going to win. Boom, they lose. And but common sense would have told you, don't position yourself like that. At the most important election, position yourself in the middle so you seem like the more sane voice. And so now they're in complete destruction, the lane of complete destruction. I'm talking about fire and brimstone falling down on them. And they've abandoned the whole thing about, don't be with your family members during Christmas and during the holidays if they voted for Donald Trump. Remember the narrative? Don't be with your family members. Guys, hit the like button, 173. Don't be with your family members. If they voted against you. They voted against your well-being. And the craziest thing is all these women that were online, cutting their hair off, crying, saying, you killed my father. You killed my dad. My relationship with my dad is dead. My relationship with my parents is dead. Those same damn people that pushed you into that mental and emotional state, they all finna back away from it and repent and quit saying it. But they pushed you to destroy your parents' relationship with your parents. They push you to dishonor your mother and your father. Watch this. The Bible says, honor thy mother and thy father so things may go well with you in the land, and also honor thy mother and father so that you may live long. So they push these people to destroy how things go well, whether things go well for them or not, and make things go bad for them, and screw up the length of their life by dishonoring their parents. And then they're going to flip the script on them people. And so Mika and Joe gonna be destroyed, and everybody who flipped the script is gonna be destroyed. Point blank, period. And they have no choice but to flip the script or go away. So they're in the catch-22. The liberal media is on death's ground. I mean, back against a cliff, army marching down on them. You can jump off that cliff and die, or you can run towards the army and die. You're not going, you done either way it go. And the army marching towards them is all the people that they lied to, all the people that they stoked into emotional Trump derangement syndrome. The cliff behind them is the fact that Donald Trump won in a convincing manner. So, for example, should he sue them? Absolutely, get his money. Should Alex Jones sue them? Alex should sue the crap out of everybody and get his money, right? But it's kind of like on 300, the movie, where the soldiers had all the Persian army against the cliff, and they just to the cliffs, and they just kept on pushing them and stabbing them until they fell off the cliffs into the water. But their own people gonna push them off the cliff, and they're gonna fall to their deaths as the media. All because they wanted to lie. All because they wanted to be activists instead of being journalists. Now, here's what else is going to happen. You're already seeing social media people rise to the point to where they're on cable news. You're going to see a greater rising of social media content creators on that regular news because their audiences are bigger than MSNBC. They get more views than MSNBC. They get more views than probably all the shows on MSNBC on a daily basis. So there's people who get more views than Chris Hayes. There's people who get more views than Mika and Joe that's sitting in a damn garage. You know what I'm saying? They get way more views. And that's going to be sustained growth for those people for the next 15 years. I mean, sustained growth. It's not going to be, and how, well, somebody might say, well, James, how are you going to say it's going to be sustained? Watch. Because you got a generation of, and I don't know the names of generation, like Gen Z, Gen this, I don't give a shit. I don't know the names. You had an entire liberal generation that came through. It was taught in schools. It was taught in colleges. It was, and you saw it, the behavior patterns on college campuses, right? The professors were liberals, liberal activists, right? So you got that generation. That generation, which is young, in their early 20s, as they get older and have families and start to make money, naturally, they turn to become more conservative. So that generation in 5-10 years is going to be hitting the transition point where they got family, they got bills, they got things they need to do, and they're naturally going to be becoming more conservative. Now, watch this. The generation under them is seeing what was done to them. They've seen how the generation above them was behaving. That generation is conservative, period. So after them, you got a strong wave of just a conservative generation coming. So the idea of liberalism as it is, which really would be progressivism or being progressive liberals, that's so dead and so done. It's just a matter of time before the true state of it manifests. More evidence. The mayor of Chicago, right? Progressive. Liberal, progressive. I mean, or far leftist, but we'll just say progressive. He destroyed Chicago. He's trying to raise money right now to pay for more illegals. He wants to raise property taxes on the citizens of Chicago to pay for the migrant housing crisis. He's a black dude, but he uses black men and black boys as, there's this institutional racism against brown people. Hold on. Understand, when you raise property taxes, let me see something. 780. All that was old was 30. I'm gonna send them back. Nah, you keep that. Keep that, homie. If you're watching, keep that. I'm sorry. Watch this. Watch what he does. So you raise property taxes in Chicago to pay for illegals, right? Oh, that's what you want to do. I don't think they're gonna let you do it. All them people in the hood who had home ownership, they living in grandma's house, or they living in their parents' house, all their property taxes go up. What happens in an environment where there's a recession and the property taxes go up? Your house gets sold at a tax auction, or your taxes get sold at a tax sale. So now somebody like me comes along, And oh, okay, well, this guy's owes $300 in taxes. I buy it the first year. Comes back again, 500. I buy it the second year. Come back again, I buy it the third year. Right? About 10 years worth of your taxes. You got to pay me back interest on that tax certificate. Right? You don't pay taxes, I foreclose on your house and I take your house. Now, bring in a major corporation who understands this with $77 million, $100 million. And they go through and they just wipe through the books of all the back taxes, property taxes. And now the same people, that constituents that you say you're there to help, you literally put them in a situation where they lose their houses. How do I know this? Because this is what happened in New Orleans. And so this progressive agenda, these progressive leftist agenda that's supposed to be all about equality and helping the black people and helping the brown people, we look, man, y'all screwing everybody. So when people wake up to that, I took you around the corner. I took you all the way around the corner to bring you back to here. When people wake up to that foolishness, the shift from being progressive to liberal to conservative kicks in. So we have this major shift going on all over the place right now. But when a shift is happening, if you're too close to it, you don't see the shift. You literally have to be 100,000 feet up in the air looking down on the meter to see what's going on in the events to understand that this shift is happening. Now, when the shift is done, it's evident and it's clear. But when the process of the shift happening, so now it's like, I don't know if what's going on. No. That's what's going on. It's all out destruction. Point blank, period. And the same shift is happening with the neocons. If World War III does not happen in the next, how many days? When is the 20th of July? January is when Trump is inaugurated. If World War III holds off to inauguration day and we don't get nuked and they don't start shooting bombs, the neocon agenda, this agenda of war first, this agenda of making money from war, this agenda of sending people's children off to die in war so you can make money, that's going to die like that. Because don't think for a second that Putin doesn't know who is actually behind this. He's just in a position where it's like, yo, y'all bombing my people. I got to whack you. I got to take you out. But don't think for a second that he don't know and understand that it's neocons behind this. That's been the same neocons from the beginning and partner with George Soros and Klaus Schwab and all the rest of these people. He knows. Trump knows. Xi Jinping knows. Everybody knows who the problem is on this planet. China's a whole nother story, though, because China wilding. They want to be the world superpower. But nonetheless, a strong president go in there and tell China, sit there behind down somewhere with all that foolishness. I'm going to bust your ass. But at the end of the day, everybody knows who the problem is. The neocons are kind of like the kid who instigates fights at school, right? He don't want to fight, but he the instigator. So he don't like Tyrone, right? He don't like Tyrone, but he know Billy. Say, Billy, bro, that boy Tyrone over there talking crazy about you. He doing this. Yeah, he said this about your mama. Man, what you mean he said something about, man, he said your mama's stupid. Man, why you talking about my mama? He get this boy Billy all riled up to go fight Tyrone. And then he sit back and they fighting, candy falling out their pocket, annihilators falling out their pocket, Skittles. He just grabbing a pack of Skittles, grab the annihilators. You know what I'm saying? Got a pickle in a bag. You know them bag pickles you get from the corner store. He grabbed that bag pickle, open it up, drink the juice, and start eating it while they fighting. That's the neocons. That action of that war, that action of that battle creates money and just different goodies that they can go take. You know what I'm saying? And so they take the goodies. They take them. Meanwhile, the media covers for them. And so we're at a point now where even they, if this does not happen, this World War III does not happen, they're going to get their behind spanked. They're going to get ousted all over America. And bro, I don't know why people think I got time to talk in the middle of the day. Like, it's crazy how people think I got time to talk in the middle of the day. So they're gonna get ousted. And once they're ousted, and this is the most important thing, once them neocons are gone, the world is great. Not America. It goes beyond make America great again. Now the world has been made great. You see what I'm saying? The entirety of the globe is changed because they are the ones running around starting wars and conflicts all over the world so they can make money. And the problem with them is, how much damn money do you need? Like legitimate. Like how much the military industrial, how much money does Raytheon need? How much money does Halliburton need? How much damn money do you need? It's crazy. Guys, somebody gave me $9.99. It's not showing in the chat because the chat is frozen. I want to tell you thank you. I just saw it pop up. Thank you. It's appreciated. But don't feel like I'm ignoring your questions because the chat is literally frozen. So it's like, how much money do you guys need? You know what I'm saying? It's insanity. That, okay, is $1 billion enough? Is 100 million enough? Is 300 million enough? You know, is 2 million enough? Oh, I can never have enough money. Fuck you mean you can never have enough money? And that's the problem. These people are wealthy beyond their wildest dreams, and they move beyond being wealthy to just being, okay, I want power. I want control. We're going to make them do this. No, man, you got all the money you could ever need. Go sit down somewhere on an island and relax your nerves. Go somewhere. Go buy an island, sit down. Wake up every day, eat breakfast, sit on the beach. Work out, do something. Stop trying to destroy the damn world. And that's kind of where we at, man. They just want to destroy stuff just because they can. Hey, bro, let's wake up today. Let's destroy the planet. What? Yeah, Satan want to destroy the planet. Let's destroy it. Satan's like, yes, let's destroy the planet now. If any of them had sense, they'd be like, hold on, man. Come here, bro. I know Satan over there tripping, but you know Satan he gonna burn in hell for eternity. Look, we got all this money. Let's just go sit over here and relax. And Satan's like, no, you need more money. Let's destroy the world. Oh, Satan, sit your silly ass down. The world about to come in. I can't spend my money if the world came to end. Satan, what you talking about? And it hasn't dawned on them. If everything blow up, what good is your damn money? You can't pass it on to your children and your grandchildren because they're dead. You can't spend it because everything's it's gone. So it's like, okay, we reached the point to where you need to just stop. I can see if they stop and they let everything calm down, then they started all over from the beginning again and made more money. But you reach to the point, it's a logical conclusion where you need to stop. You stop and be like, okay, we're going to give it 5 years, 10 years, put my money to the side, let everything calm down. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to start it all over again, push it to the brink of World War III, make more money on the way, and then stop again. I can see them doing that. Start, stop to where they can make some money. But damn, we're at the stopping point right now. You know what I'm saying? Well, there's got to be a meeting where it's like, yeah, bro, Putin over there shooting missiles that we can't block. And it looks like aliens falling from the sky. And y'all notice when the missiles dropped, there was no big explosion. There was no boom like in the movies. You know, the movies were like boom in a mushroom cloud. No, it was boom, 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 boom. Seconds. And according to the stories, they got hit so fast they didn't know they got hit. It took them a while to confirm that they got hit. Why? Because the power went out and all the rest of this. But they got hit so fast they didn't know what happened. They didn't know what the hell happened. Imagine you on your way to work, riding down the street, you know what I'm saying, handling business, picking your kids up from school, and boom, 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 all around you, bow, window shatter. What you like? What the hell just happened? Now Russia blew some stuff up. Crazy thing is you're not gonna get that information because the power gonna be out, lights gonna be out, everything gonna be messed up. You ain't gonna know what the hell happened to you. Now, I would say, damn, all the windows shattered around me. And, you know, in the tallest buildings, we got bombed. You know what I'm saying? Now watch this. Let's go further. Let's say that you ride in your car, there's an EMP blast, and you got your kids in the back seat. Bzzz, car's done off. Middle of the highway, everybody calls. Zzz, done. Everybody just comes to a rolling stop. You 30 miles away from home. You got 4 kids in the back of the car. How the hell you gonna get them 4 kids home when you 30 miles away from home? See, this is the shit that people don't think about. When they be like, they're going to war. No, you don't think about none of that. You just drop your lady off to work. You went to work. Bzzz. How you gonna go get her? She on the other side of town. You gotta walk your ass all the way over there to get your wife, then walk your ass all the way back home. In a time period where everybody done lost their damn mind. But no, nobody won't think about the common sense things. That's what just happened in Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's in the bed, sleeping, relaxed. This came through. Somebody woke up the next morning, looked around and said, shit, what the hell? What in the hell? Go outside, talk to their neighbor. Man, what happened? I think we got bombed. Your life done. Your life done. You done. It's over. You gotta wait for them to restore power. That shit ain't happening no time soon. You cooked. Your goose is thoroughly cooked, baby. That's all I'm saying to you, man. We gotta get to the point to where we act like we got some damn sense. The media, the people. Right now, there should be people marching on Washington, D.C. saying no war, no war, no war, no war. But they got such Trump derangement syndrome. The activists who always march, they're sitting at home cutting their damn hair off their head, crying and whining because they got Trump derangement syndrome. When they should be at Washington, D.C., in Joe Biden's behind saying, we don't want war. Nope. So whatever, man. The way I feel about it is it's going to be what it's going to be. Lord have his will. Whatever the Lord's will is, let it be. But it's crazy. Well, that cigar rolled down the windshield and almost went out the car. I'm out of here, man. Deuces.